Hello, and welcome to
Papi Approved Movies.
My name is Papi.
And I'm Natalie.
In our podcast, we're reviewing and critiquing my favorite PG-13 movies.
Movies that I wasn't allowed to watch until I turned 13.
Once a month, Natalie and I will watch a new PG-13 movie.
And I'll see if Papi's movies live up to the hype.
Which, of course, they will.
Today we're going to be watching Some Kind of Wonderful.
Before we begin, there will be spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and don't want it to be spoiled,
Press pause and come back when you're finished. Now, Papi, tell me the deets on this movie.
All right. Hello, Natalie. How are you doing?
Well, not as animated as you.
Obviously not. You seem very stoic.
Yeah, but you're more animated than usual.
No, I'm equally
ever
so animated as
usual. You don't
usual.
usually go, hello and welcome to...
Yes, Movie Phone. I used to be the Movie Phone voice on TV. You remember Movie Phone? No, of course not. Movie Phone was the number you would call to find out what time the movies were showing. Before the internet.
Did you use it?
No, you have to pay for it.
Oh.
I think you have to pay for it. You can call the movie theaters. The movie theater in my neighborhood, phone number was 946-5050. I still remember that number.
How often did you call them?
All the time to find out what time movies were. So you call the movie theater and then they would have a recording on what time the movies are.
That's weird. You guys should just use a website.
They didn't have the pre-internet. Otherwise, you'd get the newspaper. Those were the two ways.
They have it on the newspaper?
Yeah, they still do, I think. Well,
the newspaper must be thick back in your times.
Maybe.
Yeah, they had a lot to...
It's one page.
No, they had a lot to put on there.
All right, so Some Kind of Wonderful came out in 1987 with a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes. Not streaming anywhere. We had to rent it on Amazon. It's written by John Hughes and directed by Howard Deutsch. So John Hughes is the guy who makes...
Batman.
No.
Hugh Jackman.
No.
He's in The Greatest Showman.
Yes, he's Wolverine.
Oh.
But no, John Hughes made The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, and a very famous movie that you like, Home Alone. So John Hughes...
I don't like it that much.
I thought it was your favorite movie of all time.
No.
Anyways, he was a very famous writer, director, and this is one of his movies. Main stars are Eric Stolz, Mary Stuart Masterson, and Leah Thompson. Fun facts, this movie was requested by Mrs. Albright from church. So if you don't like it, we can blame her. So what do you think of the movie?
Well, I'm blaming her, all right.
Mrs. Albright, if you haven't tuned in, I will remind you to tune in today so you can hear us. You don't like it?
Yeah, it was a waste of a rental.
Whoa. That was what, $3.99 that we wasted? What do you give it? How many stars?
1.5.
Wow. Tied for the worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
Really? You hated it that much?
Yeah.
You got a lot of things on your list of things that couldn't be made today or problems?
Not any more than usual.
Not any more than usual. I remember seeing this movie a billion years ago, and I was very disappointed in how badly it's aged and how boring it was and how creepy it got.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Why don't we get into the recap?
All right. Movie begins with Keith working on a car at a gas station. Next, we meet Watts wailing away on her drum kit. I thought you would like her because she's a drummer like you. Keith leaves the shop and walks by a moving train and spots Amanda, his crush.
First thing already, hate Keith.
Oh, already right off the bat.
He's got that main character syndrome, like walking on the train tracks towards the train, and then like right before the train's like about to reach him, he like turns, like, just get off the street. Like, no one's watching you, just get off the street.
Why do you think so? That tells me one thing, right? You can't really do much character development in such a short movie, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do little things here and there to make a character pop out. Is that I'm a bad boy killer, I don't care about life? But he wasn't like that.
Yeah, so I don't understand. I just think he thinks like he's the main character, like, oh, like, look at me, like, I'm so cool.
He didn't do it in front of anyone.
Yeah.
He was walking alone, and it didn't get it.
He just thinks too highly of himself.
Right. If you thought like this guy was like big attitude, life's terrible for him, he's on the wrong side of the tracks. So that's one thing. He's on the side of the tracks. It's kind of like a little bit of a symbolism, right? Because he's poor and there are rich people at the school.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a track situation, but like, why was he trying to get hit by a train? I don't get it.
I don't know. And it wasn't even like he was like debating suicide or anything. He was just like doing that for fun.
Exactly. Like if he was kind of like, my life's terrible, I don't care if I
like
live
if
or
he
die.
was in a like deep depression, it would make more sense than that. Like he changed his mind. But no, he was just like la di da di da, walking towards a moving train. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me. Let me get off the train. Like, stand up.
Yeah, that part is pretty dope. Anyways, then he walks in and he watches Amanda, who he's total crush on, while she's making out with her boyfriend, Hardy. Is Hardy at that school?
Yeah.
You think he's a student there?
Yeah.
I thought he was like older and he came and hung out with her.
No, I feel like he's like stereotypical, like football jock kind of guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Because I'm pretty sure they like show him playing football like in the parking lot with other kids.
Yeah, I don't remember. It just seems like because he drops her off at school like when she's late and like she's playing hooky. But he doesn't go to school.
Because he's that bad boy. He doesn't go. He ditches all his classes.
Yeah, maybe.
He's rich. He's got his life planned out. He doesn't need an education.
There you go. His daddy's going to pay for everything anyways, right? Keith gets home and his dad asks him about his college plans. Keith isn't into it. We meet his two sisters, Laura and Cindy. Cindy's a smarty pants and Laura's a constant pest. She's jealous of all the attention Keith gets at home. Watts picks him up and they drive to school together. At school, a bully named Duncan starts harassing Watts. Keith steps in and is about to fight when a teacher breaks it up.
I wonder why Duncan is always the like bully name.
I don't know. It just sounds like, I mean, it's probably his last name. It's probably not his first name, right?
No, but like Duncan, like even in Total Drama Island, like Duncan's the bad boy bully character. Like I've seen a few Duncans that are just like pure evil.
Yeah, but it's funny because the teacher breaks it up and he catches Duncan with booze, cigarettes, and dirty playing cards, and he gets detention. That's hilarious. Who has dirty playing cards? It's hilarious. Keith looks at Hardy and Amanda some more as he draws a portrait of Amanda in his art class. Later, he sees Hardy flirting with another girl. Then Amanda shows up and gets angry at him. Hardy plays it off as if nothing. He gives her a ring, and they both leave. Keith waves at Amanda as she takes off.
This is another thing that makes me think he does go to school, because he's like by his locker.
Right, he's by her locker.
Yeah, but like he's he's on campus.
He's on campus, yeah.
It would be kind of weird for someone to like go into the school and be on the locker area. Like, and also she's like a freshman, I think.
Yeah, definitely. She's a lower class.
So like even if he was out of school, then that's
a 14-year-old, 15-year-old.
Yeah, like he's preying on a child.
But we know he's a predator.
Yeah.
I mean, we think he is. He's just a horrible. Like he says some of the worst things.
Even as a senior, like he's still kind of preying on a little girl.
That happens. You don't see seniors dating freshmen.
I know, but it's like you can tell he's like older. I assume he probably failed a grade. That could be a thing too. Like knowing his character, he's probably like a super senior type beat. So
actually, when we were seniors and you went to a senior ball, this is a million years ago, there were some guys who took sophomores and were like, dude, you're sad. Like if you end up going with a sophomore, that's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, don't you agree? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, if they've been dating, how long could they be dating? Like a year? I don't know. It's just funny. You're like, oh, you took a sophomore. She's really cute, but she's like 14 and you're like 18. I don't know. It's just creepy. So
yeah. Or like if you think about it, like if you start thinking about it down, like, oh, she was a 7th grader when you were a freshman in high school. Yeah.
No, I remember that there was a couple guys and we're like, ooh, okay, bro. That's who you can go with. No one else would go with you, but that's okay. Should have went solo, but all right. Watts visits Keith at the gas station. He tells her about his crush on Amanda, and she doesn't get it. He hardly knows her. Watts thinks it's superficial. She also tells him that she only hangs out with rich kids, and he doesn't have a shop because he's broke. Not much later, Hardy and Amanda come to Keith's gas station. Hardy belittles him and treats him like trash, throwing money on the floor. He's mean to Amanda as well and calls her his property. So this is where I go, all right, you're going to have that mean boyfriend. You're going to have that guy who is rude to you. But like, he's over the top. He's almost cartoon villain.
He's like abusive.
Yes. And we know he's the bad guy in the situation and nobody likes him. But at the same time, like, don't you think it's a little too much?
I also think it gives like a misconception of like abusive relationships, because it gives people a like idea of what it's like to be like, oh, that's what a bad boyfriend is. He's gonna belittle me in front of other people. He's gonna call me his property, when like real abuse like happens mostly in private. And I think like it's kind of strange that they made him like that so publicly. It kind of like downplays what such horrible relationships actually are like.
Yeah, but in this time, I think they wouldn't have known something like that. I don't think that would have been more common, talked about, or even known to people in movies. I would say, why isn't he turning on the charm? Like, you would say, like, baby, I'm sorry. You know I didn't mean that. I really love you. Here's my... Like, but he never does that. You know, where you go, like, the abusive stereotype is like, they're super, super mean to you, even hit you, right? And then they're like, I'll never do that again. I love you. And then they like turn on the charm and sweetness.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying this is like, it's almost like a misportrayal of a relationship, because people in abusive relationships have something keeping them there.
Right.
Why is she still there? He's not nice to her.
Ever.
He doesn't give her gifts. He doesn't like do anything kind to her. What reason would she have to stay there? There's no cycle. It's just a constant pathway down.
She does fight him. She does break up with him. But then she tries to use Keith later to make him jealous, right? So she still loves him or still wants to be with him. I don't understand.
Why?
Yeah, no, not that. But it's like, is it for status? Is it for popularity? Is it for money? Like, if there was some type of, well, I'm going to become popular because of it. Or like, I'm broke, but he really like takes care of me and he buys me things. Then at least there is a gain for her.
But he doesn't offer her anything positive.
Yeah, so that's what I don't understand. And I think that's what Keith looks on and just is in horror and doesn't understand why she's not dating him. The next day, Hardy drops Amanda off at school and Keith is there watching. Again. So this is the third time where Keith watches her from afar. Did you find that super, super creepy and stalker?
I just think Keith is weird. I already said I dislike his character.
Keith has very nice eyes. Eric Stolz, the actor. Very, very beautiful eyes. But all he does is look at people, and it's so creepy. After a while, you're just like, what are you doing, dude? You're just staring at everybody.
And also, like, he has so much life to do. Like, he's not doing any of it.
No,
a whole, like, side plot in the movie is that he just can't apply to college or stuff. He's an artist. He's a mechanic. Like, he has so much to do. And then all he does is just like, I wish I could be with her. Like, do something. I don't understand how someone's whole life can be surrounded about one person that you're not even dating
yeah.
Or that even talks to you. She doesn't talk to you or give you any attention. What are you yearning for when you haven't gotten anything?
And it is like love. Like, he's obsessed. Anyways. The PE teacher busts her for coming late and assigns her detention. Keith gets the idea that if he gets attention, then he can hang out with her. So he sets off the fire alarm. Keith gets attention and sees Duncan and some dodgy characters in there. Amanda ruins Keith's plan when she gets out of detention by flattering the assistant principal. What do you think of that scene?
I don't know how this keeps happening where like teenage girls are flirting with their teachers and then they get out of trouble. Like, great message.
Disgusting mess. And it was like, he's an old bald dude. Oh, I think it looks great. He's like, oh, really? Thank you so much. Like, what is wrong with you, buddy? What is wrong with you?
And it's also like, she already has no consequences for everything.
It's funny because this is one of the scenes where she's acting a little bit like Hardy in the fact that she's just trying to get out of it and is, using.
But she actually turns on the charm.
Yeah, so she's charming and like makes him feel handsome. In detention, Keith and Duncan begin to bond over their love of art.
Also, she couldn't have been in detention for longer than like a day. He put off a fire alarm. Like, he's gonna be in there for weeks. Like, he could have just shown up late to class. Like, I don't know why he needed to do such
Or he could have just showed up at detention. Just walk in.
Yeah, no one's gonna...
Yeah, I got detention. You're like, what for? I'm like, I don't really want to.
I lost my slip.
Yeah, whatever. Or something.
Like, I don't understand why he has to... Like, that's illegal. He could get fined for that. Like, there's a fine when you deploy emergency services. Like,
is that right?
Yeah, $1,000 or something like that. I don't know. A lot of kids get in trouble for it at school because they set off the machines with vapes. So then they always get in trouble. But
There's cameras, right?
not in the bathrooms.
Oh, in the bathroom they set it off. How do they get in trouble?
Because there's cameras outside of the bathroom.
And they see them running out like
No.
ding dongs?
No, they just see whoever's checked out to go to the bathroom during that part of class. And then they like basically just choose whoever they know smokes.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand that
Well,
he would go through such lengths. Like it's over the top once again. Like first he's walking towards trains, now he's setting off fire alarms, and he's not even supposed to be a bad boy. Like
those are where you have to break the glass. He broke the glass. No, I mean I get it. He was like, I don't know what to do. So that was the fastest. He could have slapped the teacher right then and there, and then he would have went through. Meanwhile, Watt sees Amanda in her underwear in the locker room and admires her figure. Then some other girls tease Watt for her underwear, and she's ready to throw down. So this scene, I got completely confused.
Me too.
When she was looking at her, she had love in her eyes.
Yeah.
Right? And I go, all right, this is 1987. Not going to do that. They're not going to do that, right?
Yeah.
That's just not the time period that they were going to have an openly gay character who's falling in love with another girl. And then that's the conflict of the movie, right?
Yeah.
But she just was looking at her like, what can I have to be sexy for Keith?
Yeah.
And it threw me way off.
I actually think that would have been a great story because you would think Watt's in love with Keith and she's so jealous. But that would make perfect sense if he's like, oh my gosh, I like the same girl that my friend does. And like he has a way higher shot at getting her than I ever will. That would have been a better story, I think, at that point.
Yeah, but that's way more complicated and way more accepting time. Not 1987. I thought, oh, are they doing that here? Is that this movie? And of course, they were not. And then they make fun of her for her underwear. I don't know what goes on in girls' locker room. By the way, Amanda was like blow drying her hair or something like that. She was like posing all sexy style in the locker room. Like, why is she not putting her clothes on? I don't understand. And Watts was just checking her out the whole time, as everybody does in this movie. They're always checking her out. And she always gets into a fight about their underwear.
I literally wrote it down here. Like, you don't got time to be doing all that with your hair and drying it in the locker room. Like, you got 5 minutes. Like, hurry up. You're going to be late to class. Like, you're going to be late to PE. What? And if they're all seniors, like, why even are they in PE? Like, I don't understand.
So true. I get maybe back then you had PE every year.
I don't know. But it's like, what are you doing? And also, if anyone was like, what underwear are you looking? Everyone would be like, ew, why are you looking at my underwear? Like, you're such a perv. Like, why wouldn't she call her out on that and be like, why are you looking at me? Like,
she was ready to go, though. She was ready to fight. Like, she was down. Like, all right, I'll punch you out. Like, Watts is down to fight.
I don't understand it. Now, I think a single time someone like commented on someone's underwear in the locker room and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're a pervert. Like, why are you looking at people? Like, you're disgusting.
Yeah.
And everyone like shamed her and she got like...
Oh, that happened really?
Yes. And she got like suspended. Like...
Okay, why? She hated on someone's underwear?
Yeah, like she was like... Or like their body or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was like, why are you looking at people when they're like changing? Like, that's just sexual harassment at that point. Like they're physically sexually harassing her, and that's definitely against school policy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Watts was just ready to fight over it. Like, this is such a big problem.
No, why? I mean, I get why she wanted to fight. She was ready to go, bro. Like, hey, you want to make fun of me? I'll punch your lights out. That's her. You know, she's the tough lady. She's the tough chick.
But it seemed like she was embarrassed about it. But
maybe because she had like old underwear, and her underwear looked normal. I didn't see her underwear being any different than anyone else's. Maybe it wasn't like sexy bikini. I don't even remember it. Do you remember it?
They were just boxers. They were men's boxers.
Oh, they were men's underwear.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay, well.
I just don't understand why anyone cares about your underwear.
I guess they do. 1987. Amanda catches Hardy flirting with another girl again. Is it another girl or the same girl?
Same girl.
Yeah, so he's flirting with that same girl again.
Freshman.
This time she 8th grader. This time she breaks up with him as Keith is watching. Keith makes a move and asks Amanda out on a date. And she says yes in order to make Hardy jealous. Now Watts looks on sadly. So everybody's okay. So here he goes. He's looking at her again. They break up. He asks her out. Now Watts is looking. So Watts is staring at Amanda as much as Keith.
This school seems huge. How are they all in such close proximity to one another?
Maybe it's not huge. Maybe there's not that many seniors and they all have like the same classes together.
Because it's like, and also, why does everyone have so much time on their hands to just be staring at each other?
Yeah, we didn't see a teacher do anything, huh?
No, when did they even have class?
They didn't have class, yeah.
I bet you there was barely even backpacks. Like, I'm sure there was like some of them didn't have backpacks.
Probably not. You don't need a backpack. You just need your book or something. You don't even need a book. You just walk over there and ask someone for a pencil. At breakfast, Keith is on cloud 9. Laura tells the family Keith has a date with the most popular girl in school. In detention, even Duncan knows about the date. Says he's happy he pulled her even though he's from the poor side of the city. Now they become friends during detention in their art because Duncan does graffiti or he carves on the desks, right? And Keith, by the way, he is into art, but he doesn't ever talk about art school or anything like that, does he?
Yeah, I also thought that was weird because I thought the whole college route thing about him not wanting to go to college was because he like wanted to pursue his art, but that didn't really go anywhere.
Keith asks Amanda if she wants to ride home. She says no. Yeah, also, the funny thing is he doesn't even have a car. He's gonna borrow Watts's to take him in home. She says no because she already has a ride with her friend Shane. Shane lays it on thick and tells her that she should go with Keith. Keith goes and borrows the keys from Watts, and Amanda yells at Shane for forcing her to go with him. Shane wants to call her out for accepting the date. What do you think of Shane?
This is another movie where all the women hate each other. Watts hates Amanda.
Yes.
All of Amanda's friends hate Amanda. Yes. Amanda hates all of her friends.
Yes. Amanda doesn't hate Watts.
She doesn't even care about Watts. And she also doesn't even know who she is and was kind of a part of the teasing crowd in the locker room.
Yeah.
She just kind of went along with it.
I thought she was kind of far away because she was staring at her from across the room. So I don't know if she was a part of it. Although, you're right, Amanda. It's kind of messed up. People were hating on Amanda for really no reason.
Yeah. Damn. And everyone's also hating on Watts. All the women hate Watts in this movie.
Yes, that is true. That is true. I don't know. A lot of female hate in this movie. I don't know.
I know. It's like they're always pinned against one another for really no reason.
Actually,
at all.
There's a lot of hate all around. Because Hardy and Keith don't like each other. Hardy doesn't like Amanda. Let's be honest, right? He's mean to her. Keith is kind of mean to Watts. Kind of dismissive of her. I mean, he tries to be her best friend, but he's more interested in what he's pursuing. Duncan is
because he has no
Watts.
Other focus except for Amanda. He's lifeless. He's not doing anything.
Duncan is mean to Watts. Duncan is mean to Keith. They become friends later. And Duncan is mean to Hardy at the end of the movie, right? So.
And Keith is mean to all of his siblings and his family.
Yeah.
Keith is honestly such a horrible person.
And Keith is, I guess he's not mean to Duncan because he was going to fight him because he was being mean to Watts. So he was standing up for Watts when he did that. But yeah, I don't understand. This is funny.
I just don't understand why everyone has to. It's just so much toxicity for high school.
So much. So Amanda and Keith go to Watts' car. It doesn't work. So Keith and Amanda end up getting a ride with Shane. On the ride home, Keith gives Amanda an out if she wants to cancel their date. She feels bad and says no. You think she should have canceled it right then and there?
Yeah. If she didn't want to go, then you shouldn't.
And he let her have an out. Like, he's like, if you don't want to go, I understand. Like, you don't want to go. I mean, it's messed up, but I got it.
Yeah.
She had to be like, you know what? You seem like a really cool guy, but I am still interested in Hardy. I was trying to make him jealous. That was really rude of me. I apologize.
Yeah, if she has ulterior motives.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So she shouldn't be
There is a scene where she goes, you had an ulterior motive too. You wanted to be with me. And I'm like, what? He didn't want to be popular. He didn't want to be rich. He didn't want to do anything. He just wanted to be with her for superficial reasons because she's hot, right? Yeah. Which, by the way, Watts is cuter. I think Watts is way prettier than Amanda. Anyway, she says no, and they're going to still go on their date. At school, Hardy confronts Keith, says he's happy he's taking Amanda out. He was finished with her. Then he invites Keith and Amanda to come to his house party on their date. Keith is cautious of Hardy's motives, but agrees to go if Amanda says so.
This guy's like a total nerd. He's never been to a party in the first place. Like, why? What makes you think it's a good idea to go now?
Right? I would have never even gotten close. I mean, when he does go, he has a plan, right? But what are you doing? I'd have been like, bro, get out of my face. I don't want anything to do with you. It's not like Hardy's even a big guy. Yeah, he's rich. Maybe he's powerful. But like, I think Keith and him, that would be a pretty fair fight. And he's ready to fight. He was ready to fight Duncan.
And Duncan's like...
dangerous.
He was wearing like spikes and stuff.
Right. He might have a knife, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He might have something in his shoe. And so I'm like, he was ready to fight him. Why wouldn't he just get up in Hardy's face?
Or just be like, I'm good. And then Hardy's like, what? You're a chicken? And then I would have been like, yeah. And then just left. Like, why does it matter?
Yeah. Get out of my face, bro. At a club, Watts meets up with Keith. Watts starts talking about how dating Amanda is dumb. She asks him if he misses her. And they get into an argument. This is my favorite part of the movie. Watts tells him that they shouldn't hang out anymore because she doesn't want to start hating him. So she bounces. Did you understand this scene in the movie?
I don't know. I would start hating him too if he was that obsessed with a single woman.
But saying, I can't be around you because if I am, then I'll hate you. And I can't live my life with hating you. And then at this point, like, dude, do you not know she's in love with you? Are you not paying attention? I can't live my life without you, so I have to leave you.
I just don't. Then just go. Why do you have to tell me all of this? Like, you could just distance yourself. Like, why does it have to be a huge thing? Like, you just want attention.
At school the next day, Hardy tries to talk to Amanda, but she hides in the girls' locker room. He follows her there, and the PE teacher kicks him out. He's a punk, calls her the B word, and he eventually leaves. That's why I think he's not a high school student. First off, that teacher would know who he was, right? A troublemaker like that.
I think that she does know who he is, and that's why she doesn't care, because it's like, oh, this happens every week kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. Later, Laura feels more popular now because her brother's going on a date with Amanda. She sits near Hardy and his friends and overhears that their plan is to get Amanda to bring Keith to the party and jump him. Laura tells Keith everything she's overheard.
Is Laura in middle school?
No, I think she's like a freshman. Because
I don't understand why she's also chasing popularity and like all of her friends also hate her.
Right. Weird, right? Well, I get it why she wants to be popular. I mean, she's a freshman. I'm like, oh, my brother's dating the high school senior prom queen person. So you're like, oh, so you're cool because your brother's cool, or you know.
But it's not like she wants to leave those friends. She still wants to be with those friends.
No, but she wants to be cool.
Yeah, but she's like bragging to them and saying like, oh, I'm going to go sit over there with them. But like she has no one else to go to. No,
she just sits next to him. Like, and they don't say anything because, well, she doesn't really sit next to him. She sits behind them a little bit. So she overhears it, but they don't even know who she is. So they just think someone else is sitting over there. Anyways, she tells Keith about what she heard and mentions Amanda as part of the plan, although she really doesn't know about it. Keith is sad, but will move forward with the date. Why? This is also dumb. He thinks at this point Amanda is part of Hardy's plan to get him jumped. Unless you're going to take Amanda out and humiliate her or be mean to her or like make her pay in some way, like retaliate against her, why would you take her out at all?
Or why wouldn't he just ask her? Like, be like, hey, I heard what you're going to do. That's messed up.
And
like,
she wasn't a part of it. She didn't know.
Yeah, but like he could have confronted her.
They do later. They confront each other about it later on the date. But he's already upset. But then he goes out of his way, takes out all the money in the world to make the most amazing date for her. Gives her diamond earrings, even though he thinks she's going to backstab him.
Yeah, I don't know why he would do that either.
Yeah, I would have just broken up with her right there. Or stood her up. Boom. That would have been the worst.
Or take her on a mediocre date.
You should go to McDonald's. You're like, this was nice. I'll see you later. Bye. Leave her there. I don't know. I think that would have been made more sense. And Watts helped, even though this girl was going to betray her best friend.
And also, I thought you hated him. Like, what are you doing here? Why are you guys friends again? I thought you weren't going to see him.
He went to her, told her. So now, at this point, there's no way he's going to be with Amanda. Right? It's over. Because he's doing this to like show her the best time of her life and then kind of not be with her.
Yeah. I almost felt like he was trying to like win her back and like...
Maybe.
make her see.
Yeah, like the error of her ways.
Yeah.
Maybe. Keith tells Watts about Hardy's plan, and he's sad. She tells him to walk away, but he wants to stand up to Hardy.
The only logical thing Watts says this entire movie.
She's in love too much. He cashes out his college money and begins to plan an extravagant date. He even buys Amanda diamond earrings. Watts convinces Keith to practice making out to make sure he's ready for his date. They make out and she freaks out and bounces. Meanwhile, Amanda's being ostracized by Shane and her friends. What do you think about the make-out scene?
I don't know. It was really weird.
She wants to make out with him.
Yeah.
So she pretends that he needs to practice. So that way he practices with her. Hence, they're making out.
Well, also, like, he's not oblivious.
She tricks him into making out with her.
He didn't.
If this were the other way around, I think you would have a different idea of how this scene played out.
No, because in either way, it's like, you know that you're going to make out with them. Like, you know what's happening. You can see that it's not the girl.
Yeah. And then the cool thing is that she freaks out and runs off. Like, dude, it was your idea. What are you doing? I don't know. Date night. Amanda gets ready and Keith and Watts.
And why would he ever agree to that?
Right? Unless he always wanted to make out with her, but he acted like he was never interested in her in the first place. Only does he have the epiphany in the last 14 seconds of the movie that he's in love with her. There's another movie by John Hughes, and I can't tell which one, and I won't say which one because then you'll know, where this movie is exactly the same, except she ends up with the person that they like. Uh-huh. So in this movie, it would have been Keith and Amanda walk off together. Mm. And it wasn't supposed to end that way, and the director was really upset about it. That's why he made this movie have this type of ending. Which makes sense, because the other way actually would have been surprising to me if he ends up with Amanda. Or you think it would, and then Watts walks off crying by herself.
Yeah, and then maybe Watts could have some character development and stop like being such a horrible person. And then, or maybe she starts dating Amanda too, and then we'll see how that goes from there. Anyways, date night, Amanda gets ready. They just all start dating.
They're all just dating, and it becomes a polyamorous situation. Yeah, definitely not 1987. Amanda gets ready and Keith and Watts are
that would be good though if Amanda and Watts got together and then Keith is just like, you were stupid.
He gets beat up by Hardy at the end.
Like, you know what? You wanted to walk into that train? Like, now you're gonna like get
He
beat
walks
up.
He's like, can I have my earrings back, please? I need to pawn those back.
Did they like college. Each wear one?
Each wear one. He goes to college. He has to go to JC now because he don't have any money. That'd have been a good ending. Amanda gets ready and Keith and Watts are putting all the plans in place. Even the detention crew are helping out. At home, Keith's dad walks in and asks about the money, and Keith says he spent it all. They have an argument and the dad eventually relents. At that point, I don't know what you're going to do. A, that's his money. He worked for that money.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you have a college fund. You can't touch that money.
Yeah.
That's not your money to touch. It's going to college. And if you don't go to college, then that money goes to
you.
Yeah, no, it goes to like my grandkids or something. I don't know what happens to it. But point being is, that's my money that I'm using for college. That's his money. He wants to use it for that. Then he has to figure it out. I'm not. Why are you going to get mad? On the date, Keith rents a fancy car and Watts acts like the chauffeur. They pick up Amanda and they go to a fancy dinner with caviar.
It's really, really weird that she's there. Why is she there? Go home.
Yeah. Could have got one of the detention crew to be the driver, right? Duncan could have done a better job. Then they get
or you could just drive your own girlfriend.
True. Nah. I mean, they're in the back seat. They're like being limoed, right?
I know, but it's just really weird that Watts is there. It's awkward.
I thought there would be a revenge plot. And I thought the two of them were going to do it and then fall in love and then Amanda gets looked bad on. Even though it wasn't really her fault.
And Amanda did nothing.
Right. Then they get into a closed museum with Duncan's help, and Keith shows Amanda a portrait he drew of her. Imagine that. Imagine you go to a museum and you see a beautiful portrait that took weeks, maybe months to make, and it's of you. On
your first date.
And you don't even know about it because you never stood for it or like was there for it.
Creepy. I would have.
So creepy.
And you're in like a closed museum.
In the dark.
I'd be like, oh my God, it's the Scream Killer. Like, I'm going to die.
I'm dying.
I would have started running as soon as possible. Because that's like, it's like, look, I've drawn a painting of you. Now I'm going to finish it by signing with your blood. That's where we were going with this scene.
Yeah, I believe it. I do too. Then they go to an outdoor auditorium and truly bond. He confronts her for using him to make Hardy jealous. She admits it and apologizes. He gives her the diamond earrings and they begin kissing. Watts looks on sadly. More looking on.
Also, why didn't you stay in the car? What are you doing out there?
And she does leave after they start making out. She walks off.
It's really, really strange. What are you doing?
Keith and Amanda go to Hardy's party to confront him together. Hardy begins with the insults, and he and his goons grab Keith. Amanda tries to save him and says she'll go back with him if they let Keith go. You think she really wanted to be with Hardy again? Why would you do that?
I still don't understand.
It's like a self-sacrifice thing, but really, are you gonna start making out with this guy again? Are you dating him again? What?
And she didn't. Didn't want her. Really.
No, he didn't want her anymore.
And he has a little blonde girlfriend.
Yeah, and she's at the party, right?
Yeah.
Then Duncan and the detention crew crash the party. They defend Keith, and Hardy's goons back down. Duncan belittles Hardy in front of everyone, and Amanda slaps him. Nice little slap on the way out. Keith and Amanda walk out, and they see Watts leave sadly. Keith looks at her longingly, and Amanda gives back the earrings and tells him to go after her. Keith chases after Watts, and they kiss. He gives her the earrings, and they walk off together down the street. The end. You know, when I put earrings in, there's a bunch of crust in my ear. So they're all crusty earrings now from Amanda's ear. She just puts them in. She doesn't wash them. She doesn't clean them. She just puts in someone else's ear.
They're probably still warm from her body.
They are, because she put them in immediately after she took them out. That's pretty nasty. I thought that part was funny.
And it's just unsanitary.
Unsanitary, yes. They were inside of her ears. 20 seconds before she's like, oh, thank you. I wanted these earrings, and she puts them in.
I know. And then he even teases her and was like, you knew you were going to get these earrings, huh? And she's like, well, I didn't know, but I was hoping for it. What? You were just driving them on the date. What do you mean you still had hope for it?
They were in Amanda's ears. They were making out. The date was going well for them.
Yeah. What do you mean you were still hoping for it? What's wrong with you?
That is too funny. Could this movie still be made today?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems with this movie. What are some notes you want to share with me before we get to the Bechdel test?
Well, first of all, they use lesbian as an insult for Watts the whole movie.
She has short hair in the movie, and that's why people are calling her lesbian, right?
I just also think because she's just she doesn't act super feminine. She's a drummer. She gets mad at people, she yells at people.
Right.
It's that idea of that if you're not sweet and meek, then you're non-feminine.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that. And she doesn't dress feminine either.
No. Well, she just dresses alternative. She's a
punk rock.
Punk person.
Mm.
So
the hair, I think her hair is so cute.
It's like a bob. It's not even that short.
Yeah.
This is also another movie where they use the F slur again in the same vein.
Yeah, once again, you're gonna have that a lot in the 80s movies.
And then they also, in the same grouping, Duncan tells her oh, you have too much breastage to be a man. First of all,
okay, and breastage was the word he used.
Yeah, breastage.
I love it. I've never heard that word before.
Sexual harassment.
100%.
And also, just why are you being mean? That's also just...
What's the point?
Yeah.
And Duncan ends up being a good guy.
Yeah. There was really no point for all of that. And then next is everything that happened with Amanda and Hardy. So, first of all, he's abusive. But as we said before, not typically abusive.
Right.
But I kind of take that back because I do see a section. So first he's gaslighting her. That's the first stage. He's gaslighting her.
Oh, with the girl.
And it's I'm just helping her out. She's new to the school. All this stuff. You literally just saw him kiss her. Also the whole keep your eyes and mind off my property.
Yeah.
That's a woman. That's not an object.
Yeah, and she doesn't say a word about it.
Yeah, first of all, he's being abusive. Second of all, it's generally sexist and generally objectifying. And it's just a problem.
He is the
in
villain.
General.
He is the villain of the story.
And then I can also see kind of where maybe this was a reason Amanda stayed with him, is that he's actively love bombing her. Love bombing is another manipulative tactic where they like try to give you a bunch of love, a bunch of gifts, a bunch of money. That way you feel like, oh, they love me. Like that
But when
kind of
did he
thing.
do that?
He kisses her, starts saying, like, oh, you're so pretty. And then he gives her a ring that he got. But then immediately after, he's like, you're so insecure. Like, it wasn't even like 2 seconds. Like, don't be so insecure. Like, so he's making her think she's the problem. Like, oh, you're being insecure. That's why. It's not anything's real.
That would make sense for his character, though.
That makes sense. But it's like, he's actively love bombing her. So maybe that's a reason. But it doesn't happen often.
Yeah. What else you got there?
That she flirted with the teacher and it worked.
Creepy, yeah.
I also just think there's no character in that. It's just like this. Amanda doesn't have as deep of a character, like
at all.
She's
Is she superficial?
She's a little superficial because she doesn't want to go with him because he's broke and like all this stuff, and she's just trying to make this guy jealous, and she probably wants to date that guy only because he's popular or like gives her stuff.
Yeah.
But in that moment, they could have had like her do a clever way to escape detention or something. But she just uses her like looks and body basically to flirt her way out of this situation. And it's kind of just showing like that's all she is.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I agree. What else you got?
Keith is actively cheating on Amanda with Watts when he kisses her because they were already going on a date at that point.
They're going to go on a date. That mean they're together though.
I know, but like it was still weird.
He didn't want to kiss her for love's sake. He got tricked into it. It was like a trap. She's like, you need to practice. Oh, well, you're going to be terrible at it. You better make sure you know how to kiss. He's like, I know how to kiss. I'm like, are you sure? You should practice with me. Make out with me. Make out with me. Make out with me. And they make out. He obviously feels something for her. Plus, she's a girl. He's a boy. They're into each other in a way. But he was still, his eyes was always on the prize of Amanda.
I still think it's like you could have just been like, leave me alone. Like, what's wrong with you?
Leave me alone, dude. We're not making out. Let's stop.
And also, she could have just backed off as well.
No way. She wanted to.
But I'm saying, like, if he's showing that, like, no means no.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I agree.
Like, she needs to figure... It's not like she's trying to, like, attack him. She just wants to kiss him. Like, leave him alone.
It worked. She had the makeout session, and that's what he flashed back when he saw her later. And then he's like, "Oh my gosh, I remember how good it was making out with her. I'm out. I'm breaking up with Amanda."
And he forgot that immediately.
Immediately,
he was like, "Wow, that was great, Amanda." I mean, Watts. Like it was like he was imagining it was Amanda.
That's true. So weird. All right. Anything else?
Probably, but I don't have any more notes.
Does it pass the Bechdel test?
I don't think so.
All right, Bechdel test. Check female representation movies. There are 3 criteria. Criteria number 1: are there 2 or more named females?
Yeah, there's Watts and Amanda.
Criteria number 2: do they talk to each other?
I think so, because I think Watts tells Amanda to get in the car when they're in the date and like says something mean and slams the door on her, kind of.
Right.
And then Keith is like, "What are you doing?"
There is a scene in the locker room too.
Oh yeah, but I don't think they talk to each other.
No, but the other girls make fun of Watts. Criteria number 3: do you talk about anything other than a man?
I don't think so.
So you're saying it does not pass the Bechdel test? I don't know. This movie was pretty bad, I have to say. It hasn't aged well. It's almost 40 years old. Yeah, 39 years old.
It aged like milk.
Pretty poorly. All right, anything else before we finish the pod?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thank you for tuning into Papi Approved Movies.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcast app or like our podcast on YouTube. And if you watched till the end of today's episode, comment down below the diamond emoji.
We put out an episode twice a month.
If you want to see extra podcast content, follow our TikTok at Papi Approved Movies.
If you want to suggest a movie for us to watch and critique,
email us at papiapprovedmovies@gmail.com.
That's papiapprovedmovies@gmail.com. No spaces, no caps.
We'll try our best to get to your suggestion, and remember, it has to be PG-13.
I'm Papi.
And I'm Natalie.
See you next time.
Bye!